Hey guys, it's your boy. We're back with more multi-defined content. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about the right approach to build your characters so that in terms of the wastage of materials, because we do waste a lot of materials on characters because of certain changes that come along the way with the cards, with the game, with the stats, or the character itself sometimes. So I just wanted to share my thoughts and my ways and my approach to build a character, how I decide how I want to build a character so that I can make use of that character relevantly and I can make use of that character without making any major changes in the near future. There can definitely be changes to the characters when a new uniform comes out, or maybe when you change your cards. Definitely that is all part of the game, but there should be one single approach that you should all be taking to make your characters worthy of the changes that you are doing right now, so that even if you are a low spending player, or even if you don't even spend anything on the game, you can still be relevant in the game and you can still be competitive in the game. So the first approach, I have few characters that I can actually use and examples which will be really help you out. The first thing that I do for a character, what do you really want from the character? Now that is actually more of a player oriented. Now, do you want to go for PvP mode or do you want to go for the PvE mode? Because there are certain people that like PvP more than the PvE content, like ABX. They don't really like ABX and World Boss Ultimate that much as they like Tournament Battle, Alliance Tournament, or maybe Alliance Conquest more than the Alliance Battle, Squad Battle and stuff, right? And that is completely okay. It depends on player to player. Now, once you decide what you really want from the character, PvP or PvE, then just take like 2 minutes, just think that is the character gonna make a big difference, a huge difference to you in the game or not? Like if I go for a meta breaking character, for an OP character, that will definitely make a difference for me. Although, is there already a replacement for their character going on, and that character will just be an easier option than the older character, but is not gonna make a difference? Because we can have two OP characters, like the past few updates, Universal Hero ABX has been the circle. We got Silver Surfer, we got Odin, now we have Black Bolt. Captain Marvel has been all the way. So from Captain Marvel going to those characters, I know Odin is the best universal hero character that you can get, and you can easily probably cap with like way less build than the other characters. But do you really need it? 1600 CCF, the cost of the character, materials needed, uniform options needed, or even the uniform itself needed for the crystals. Is it gonna make a huge difference for you in the game or not? Because for me, Captain Marvel caps, she can score 7 million. Even if you are not able to score 7 million with Captain Marvel, building Odin, Silver Surfer, or Black Bolt for ABX with a CTP of Rage is strictly for the people who either have crazy amount of rages that they can put on multiple characters for the same day, obviously, because you need to be realizing that Captain Marvel is used for the Universal Hero Day. She is also used for the Universal Female Day. If you definitely, you can give Odin a rage and you can just cap easily, right? But you will still need a rage for Captain Marvel for Universal Female Day. So that strictly is for the characters, for the players that already have a bunch of rages, because not everyone has that. So that's different from that. Then if you think the character is gonna make a huge difference for you in the game, or a big difference, noticeable difference for you in the game, definitely work on them, rank them up, get them to level 70. First, do that first if you think about that. Like if I go for someone like Magneto, if I have a Magneto, I just bought the uniform and I think definitely he's the meta. So if I'm gonna give him a rage, I will take him to level 70 first and then will do anything. If not, if that character is not gonna make a big difference, just leave the characters as it is right now. Then after you have decided the character is gonna make the big difference for you or not, or the PvE or PvE oriented that you want the character for, then comes the uniform. If they have a new uniform, if they have new uniform, or if they don't, like Beta Ray Bill, he does not have any uniform, right? He does not have it. And Captain Marvel or Magneto, they have it. So depends on the uniform. And then after that, if you wanna build those characters to the max, how many uniform options can you get. Because if you look at my Magneto, although I do have a CDP of Rage on my Magneto and I use him for ABX, you will see for my build I only have 2 uniform options. I already had the Doctor Strange Infinity War uniform, so I did not have to do anything. I bought the Rocket Raccoon Team Suit uniform for getting the uniform option as dodge, because the rage that I have on my Magneto has a really low dodge, which actually caps out my dodge right there, which is really helpful. Now, definitely take your cards into consideration as well. So I'm not going into cards that well. So try and make yourself realize how much can you invest in a characters, because I will not go crazy on a character. And there are only a few handful of characters that I really like building, and one of them was actually Captain Marvel. I went and bought the last 2 uniform options as well, which was actually Elektra, which was totally useless uniform out of Shadowlands probably, the time when I bought it, and Coulson. Coulson is probably the useless, one of the most useless uniforms in the game. So yeah, but this is just worth for some characters. Now, after you've decided the uniform and uniform options, custom gear. What do you really want to give him? CDP of Energy, CDP of Rage. Some characters for ABX can cap with the CDP of Rage. Cable, Cable. We have Cable here, and then there are some characters that cannot do anything without the Rage. At least not so good. Like Magneto, he can do good with CDP of Energy or maybe damage proc, but his skills and the way of playing him just does not suit the CDP of Energy. So CDP of Rage should be the one. Then, after you decided what CTP you want to give it, before giving the CTP, check out the ISO 8 set. Check out ISO 8 set in terms of if the character has some skills that give him or her some kind of buffs or not. Captain Marvel is a perfect example of that. Now, if you go here, Captain Marvel, whenever I use the 5th skill, gives herself 4% attack speed and 15% critical rate, which gets increased duration by the tier 2 passive from the Captain Marvel. So the critical rate 15% becomes 18%, and the 4% attack speed I think becomes 5.2%, I think, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember. So I think 5.2% if I'm not wrong. So that increases. Then so I only need 18%, cut that 18%, so I only realistically need 57% critical rate on my Captain Marvel. It's good to have it maxed out, but even if you don't have it maxed out, it's not gonna make a crazy huge difference for you. I have my Captain Marvel maxed out because I don't really want to change anything, because she's good as it is, and I just don't want to spend the crystals to remove the CDP of Rage and stuff. So that's all it. After all of that is done, and the 4th gear option as well, whichever you wanna use it, which can save you some Urus and stuff. After all of those things are done, then there comes the Urus and Odin's blessings, because that is definitely the end part. You should be saving, you should not be putting or spending any of your time or materials as Urus or Odin's blessing on a character, unless you are sure about every single other details that I just talked about and mentioned. Because if you put Urus, either you can definitely replace Urus, but if you are running low on Urus, and that happens a lot, if you're running low on Urus, you will run out of Urus, then you will struggle to get your character maxed out. Second thing, if you take, takes a really fast approach and give the character some Odin's blessing, then after building the character you have finished, you think like, hey, I just wasted an Odin's blessings, I don't really need it, because I have done it in the past. I had, I think, 1 extra Odin's blessing on my Captain Marvel, which was actually this one, the energy attack and ignore defense from Thanos World Boss Ultimate. I took it out for crystals. I spent 140 crystals, 70 crystals when the discount was on, to take it out, because even after that I'm still capping out all my stats. Why do I really want to give extra stats to the character which do not even count? So even if I give ignore defense now, it is gonna give me a little bit of energy attack, but the ignore defense is not gonna give me anything because it's already capped out. So it is important to go for other stuff before going into Urus and Odin's blessings. Then which Urus to give? I am not gonna go too much details in this video. I will make a separate video in a few days on Urus itself particularly. And after all this is done, go to the stats page, look at your stats and see what stats you are missing, or if you have any of the stats, because right now I can go for critical rate, right? My critical rate is on beta rebel is only 36%. But if I go for my fourth skill, the fourth skill gives me 40% critical rate. The max for critical rate is 75%. So I'm already capping. So even if I don't have all the Ur slots filled up, I don't really need to fill it up because I am already capping that arm. So that is important. And one last thing that I would like to tell you guys is that build accordingly. I have made some mistake in the past that I have learned from, that I think you guys should not be making. If you are watching this video, please do not make those mistakes and build your characters according to yourself. I know it is tempting. A character comes out, Odin came out, people went crazy. He's so good. He's the universal ABX meta. He's so good. He's the best universal male ABX in the history of the game. He's really crazy in World Boss Ultimate. I know. I get that. But does that character gonna make any difference? And how is that character is not gonna waste any of my materials? You know, when we talk about the worth of the character, I right now have my Odin. If you go check out my roster, my Odin is level 60. With the base kit, I have the potential realized. I can get him to tier 3 because I have enough resources and CCF. I did not buy the uniform. I can buy the uniform, but is it really worth it? Is it really worth it for me to get Odin and do something? Because it's not gonna do anything special for me. I will just have another character, extra characters for World Boss Ultimate. That's all. And maybe what? Shadowlands? How does that make sense to anyone? That can change according to a player. If you are a PvP oriented, then you might wanna get Odin, because Odin with the uniform is not the OPest in the PvP, but he is really good and he can actually one-shot a lot of meta toons, but he is not as reliable as them. So it also depends on the player wise as well, because for me it's not worth it, and it's not worth the 1600 CCF. And even Black Bolt 800 CCF, I know he's an amazing choice. Yes, you can go. We are seeing videos of Black Bolt. We are seeing people talking about Black Bolt being crazy. Yes, I would definitely suggest, yes, if you like Black Bolt, if you want to use Black Bolt, go there, get the uniform, get him to tier 3 and give him an obelisk. Please don't give him a CDB of rage. Again, it is only practically possible for those who have excessive amount of rages or can make up for those rages in terms of money spending on the game or crystal spending on the gambling, which is super hard for a lot of players. So, and even after that, even after you build Black Bolt for CDP of Rage, hey, he's so amazing. Yes, he's so amazing. You're gonna drop a CDP of Rage on a character who is almost as Captain Marvel level. He's not like crazy better than Captain Marvel, maybe a little bit better, maybe all same. I have not tested him out. Yes, you will get 7 million cap. What about the Universal Female Day, guys? What about the Universal Female Day? Because if you really care about ABX, if you are building a character especially for ABX and capping that 7, getting the 7 million mark in ABX, you should be worrying about Captain Marvel. I know everyone is like, we don't want to build Captain Marvel, I can just go with Odin. Yes, you can just go with Odin, but only go with Odin if you have excessive materials. Even for me, I have just one CDP of Rage that I'm still thinking of which character to give it to, and I'm not giving it to anyone, even Red She-Hulk. I am still using my CTP of Energy Minerva for Combat Female Day, which I'm losing tons of points there because I'm only getting 1.8 to 1.9 million right now after the Beast buff changes with my CTP of Energy. If I build my Red She-Hulk, she will definitely get me almost 1 to 1.5 million more score than my Minerva, but I don't want to, because maybe, hopefully, Crescent might actually get another uniform very soon. I'm not sure when and how good she will be, or even if the uniform will make her OP in the game or not. If it does, even if you don't have Crescent tier 2, we are getting mega tier 2s every single month now, so you can just stockpile them. I have 6 of them. I have no place to spend them. I have literally no place to spend them. because saving them is better than wasting them. So I'm just wasting, sorry, I'm just waiting for another crescent uniform, which I'm saving the mega uniform mythic ticket as well. Uniform tickets are super valuable for your characters, because you cannot get uniform tickets from crystals, as you can get the mega tier 2 ticket for 4100, which you actually get the pack for 8200, then you get 4100 back, or like the mega rank up ticket, which you can get for 2600 crystals. You cannot get the mega uniform mythic tickets. So that was some of my tips and tricks for you and the choices. Okay, battery low. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about my thoughts and my suggestions. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments box. If you disagree with me on some points, let me in the comment box as well, because I wanna know how you feel about my changes and my tips that I gave you guys. And that, obviously, if you like the video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Comment down below what your thoughts are about the video, and if you have any more suggestions, or how do you think you are building your characters, or how do you like to build your characters for PvP or PvP, just let me know in the comment box. And as always, if you like the content, I hope to see you again. Take care. See ya.